Hello and welcome. This is Stephen in wonderful Wiltshire, and we're ready to go live. It's Thursday. It's 9 a.m. Eastern. It's 2 p.m. in the UK, and we're going to go live on Amazon Live. Okay, just waiting for everything to connect. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. And hello, Amazon Live. All right, and I've got a call, which I've just taken off. I'll check that later. Just waiting for the countdown. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube, live on Amazon Live. Sorry, I got distracted for a moment there by my phone going. At least shows my phone is actually working. I wonder who that was. I think I know. Hello. Okay, just a word of explanation. This is my second camera, which is the OnSpot Tiny 4K, which we'll be looking at during the course of this broadcast. Hello to everybody watching on Facebook. Say hello. And we're back now. And to everybody watching on YouTube, hello. Let's have a bit of light on the screen. So the lights are now on. I'll show you the lights later. That's the Logitech Lead to Glow light, which is down the carousel. Now, if you're watching me on Facebook and YouTube, thank you very much. If you want to join me in Amazon Live, the link to do so is in the text at the top of this post, and then you'll get the full Amazon Live experience. Because from time to time, I'm going to be referring to the carousel, and the only place you can see the carousel is on Amazon Live. Carousel contains 40 items, which I've selected. Vast majority of those items I actually own, so I can show you them during the course of this demonstration, and you can click on the items to discover more information. Now, I've put notes to the right of me so that I can actually give you the main features of every item we're going to talk about, but the full spec, as always, is on the standard Amazon.com page. There's one thing I need to do, and I need to go there. So many things to do when you actually go live. And okay, we're now connected to Amazon Live Chat. So thank you for watching me live. And we're going to get a show on the road. And comment coming in from Jim Ziegler, who is love the greenery in your backyard, Stephen. These broadcasts certainly help people to get to know you better, Jim. Thank you very much, Jim. Thank you for joining me today. It's always a pleasure to actually get together on live video, and thank you so much. So welcome to the broadcast, and this is live from England with Stephen, and the show is called Light, Camera, Action with Stephen, and we'll be talking about I need to take that off, don't I? We're talking about webcams, audio gear, microphones, live video, Fitbits, and I am broadcasting from BeLive. Wherever you see this logo, it is the BeLive logo, which I'm going to apply, and it should appear. Yeah, I got it right this time. Wow, normally I catch myself out and look in the wrong place, but I got it right this time. So that's the BeLive logo. I'm going to be demonstrating BeLive throughout this broadcast because I'm broadcasting from the studio. We're going to be watching videos. We're going to see images. You're going to see the text that I pre-prepared for this live broadcast. And this is a session where I can help you by talking about items in the carousel which may be of interest to you. So let's start off with Logitech Brio, and for the very good reason that you're actually watching Logitech Brio now. So just to confirm, I'm broadcasting from BeLive. Now, Logitech Brio is a 4K camera, and let's just get that on the screen. Just a minute. Logitech Brio 4K webcam. You're actually watching it at the moment. And later in this section, probably 3 or 4 minutes, I'm going to show you the software that actually controls this. Because with everything, oh, wow. With everything, sorry, I've just seen a number of people watching live. very grateful for everybody who's watching live. Thank you. Logitech Brio 4K webcam. I got this webcam to replace my Logitech C920, and I got it for one reason only, and that is that it's a 4K camera. Now, I'm broadcasting you in 720, 1080, and 4K somewhere up there. Okay, it's the best resolution we as consumers can get, and the idea is the 4K, the more pixels there are, 720, 1080, 4K, then the clearer the picture is and the more you can see. Okay, now webcams are 4K. We're going to come on to cameras which are 8K, but as far as webcams are concerned, 4K is the best we can get. And you take the camera out the box, plug it into your PC or Mac, load OBS or vMix or XSplit VCam, add your camera, set the destination to YouTube, set the resolution to 4K, and you can broadcast live to YouTube in 4K using the Brio. Simple as that. So 1, 2, 3, well, load OBS, connect your camera, set your destination to YouTube, change to 4K. The broadcast from your OBS studio will go in 4K to YouTube. People can watch you live in 4K. And what's more, when you're finished, people can watch the replay in 4K. This is the cutting edge of technology. This is the best that we can do at the moment, is to broadcast in 4K. And it has to be an external program like OBS, vMix, or XSplit Broadcaster. I need to say XSplit VCam then. XSplit Broadcaster. Any one of those will allow you to broadcast in 4K. Yeah. The web-based systems, the webcams, will allow us to broadcast in 1080. That's the max we can get. We can't go to 4K yet. We don't have the internet infrastructure to do it. But speaking to the engineers at Belive, technically it's possible. So this is future-proofing yourself, getting used to appearing live in 4K before everybody else joins us, because it's going to happen. The web is going to go 4K. That's my prediction. I can't tell you when, but it will go 4K. So the Brio is an ultra 4K HD video webcam, and I'll explain that now. It has a noise cancelling microphone. It's got twin microphones which pick up sound from everywhere. But the problem with that is that if you're broadcasting away on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, and your dog barks, then everybody will hear your dog, unless you have a noise cancelling microphone or noise cancelling software. Now, just as a note today, down in the carousel, you'll find the microphone I'm using, which is Elgato Wave 3, and I'm using Crisp.ai as my noise cancelling. Noise cancelling is important because if you're on a business call, if you're on a Zoom call, and suddenly there's a loud noise in the background, people on the broadcast will hear it. So it stops them hearing. You'll still hear it, but people in the broadcast will not hear it. Now, the camera has high definition light correction. And that means that if I switch my light off, okay, so I'm going to software and I'm going to switch my light off, I will go darker, yeah, but the camera, which is up above me, I'll show you later, will still be able to correct for that, so you can still see me. Now, I'm happier when the light is back on, so I'm going to switch the Logitech Litra light back on. I'll talk about it later in the broadcast, but for now, I'm going to switch it back on so you can see me clearly. Lighting is important, but we'll come to that later. Okay, it's got a wide field of view. Now, if I take my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, you'll see that is the 90-degree angle. Okay, so it can got an arc around there. Okay, so it can see 90 degrees. But as we'll see in a moment, in actual fact, you can choose between 4 fields of view, and I'll show you why it's important that you be able to do that. Just to re-emphasize this, the webcam, the Logitech Brio, is 4 times the resolution of a typical webcam. If you go looking around at webcams, you'll find that they are, most of them a 1080p. 4K is still a rarity, although it will increase over time. Now, the Logitech Brio today is 138.52, which is 31% off, which I've got to say is a really good price for a 4K camera. Okay, the next item, I'm going to show you some software in a minute. Auto light adjustment, we've talked about that. Logitech call it Bright Light, that's their proprietary software. And there are 4 fields of view. We've looked at 90 degrees, okay, 78 degrees, and then 65 degrees. I'm going to show you that. Now, every time that you buy a piece of hardware, it will have software that goes with it. And Logitech cameras are no exception. There's one piece of software that controls all Logitech cameras. And it's important. I'm going to show you now the software so that you can decide for yourself. But I do feel, I'll just take the logo off for a moment. Logo is BeLive. So I'll go here and put that logo on. Okay, apply. Yep, that's me. Software is important. It looks as though, first glance, if you looked at this screen now, you would think Stephen is sat in front of a brick wall. I am. But then again, this is what I would like you to think. This is what I want you to see. But I'm in control, and I'm in control because I'll go over here and I'm just going to share my screen. I'm going to pick a piece of software. I've got several to choose from, but I'm going to pick the right one. I'm going to bring it up on screen. Okay. And here we have it. This is the software I'm talking about, which is Logitech Capture. And Logitech Capture gives you control of every Logitech camera with the exception of the Mevo, which has got its own software. And I'm going to go side by side. Okay, so if I go side by side, and I don't need that card anymore, just a reminder, if you're watching me live, thank you. We're talking about webcams, audio gear, Fitbits, microphones, and live video. And I'm just going to hide that card. And what we end up with is the wrong camera. So I'm going to switch this camera on. Okay, it takes a bit of adjusting because I've got 2 cameras on the broadcast today. And we're going to go side by side. Okay, and I want to go widescreen for this because you'll get a better idea of what I'm talking about. So the software is on my right hand side, and as you can see, I'll remove my logo. It's in the way. Okay, so let's remove the logo. That's better. We have various opportunities. We can go up and down, or down and up. We can go left. We can go right. We can zoom. We can set the camera angle. We talked earlier about 90 degrees, 78 and 65. We're going to take a look at those. And we can also, using the software, control the brightness, the color intensity. Now I want to put it down to 50 because I'm a little bit bright. Okay. And auto white balance. Okay. I'm going to take that off. Okay. So we are setting things up as we go along. But if I go side by side now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the zoom controls together with the field of view to actually show you what I look like. Okay, so we're going to zoom out once. Okay, and I'm going to go to 90 degrees and go here. This is what I look like. This is the camera's default settings. And if you don't download the software, this is a setting that you'll get. And you can't change it other than with the software. The software is free. It's called Logitech Capture, and you can get it. Go to logitech.com, search for Logitech Capture, and you can download the software, and it will control your camera. It will recognize it straight away. You just need to start the software. You don't need to do anything, and you can then have the software. Okay, and you using the software, you can control how you look. So let's just go back to here. So this is the default setting. And a lot of people actually broadcast like this. There is no reason to change unless you want control. And if you download the software, you get control. And that means that you can zoom in once, twice, and you go to 78 degrees. Okay, so what we've got here is I zoomed in side by side. I zoomed in twice. I've set it to 78 degrees. Now, if I set it for 65 degrees, so we've got the 90-degree field of view. Okay, and I've got a comment coming in for Corinda, which I'll take in a moment. We've got the 90-degree field of view, which is this one. And question from Corinda has come in. Just let me, I'll come to you in a minute, Corinda. Okay. Thank you. I'll explain in a minute. Okay. Now, using the software, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the field. This is a 90-degree field of view, so wide angle. 78-degree field of view, this is the one I prefer. And then 65 degrees, I'm too close to the screen. This is me. The whole idea of using the software is so that you are comfortable on screen. That's it, end of. Yeah, you want to be positioned on screens that when you go on a Zoom call or a Facebook call or YouTube, Twitter or Twitch, people actually, well, they appreciate that you've taken the time to give yourself headroom, to position yourself roughly in the center of the screen, and to be looking at the camera, which I try to do most of the time. I'll explain about looking at the camera later. But the thing is that if I hadn't downloaded the software, I would look like this. Yeah, there's nothing wrong in this. I mean, you can see my Samsung all-in-one PC over there. You can see my bookshelf with my German language books. I'm learning German. But this is too much. If you're on a Zoom call or if you're doing a Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn presentation, you don't want to see the whole of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in once, twice, 78. That's it. So Brio is an amazing camera. It's capable of 4K. You can broadcast to YouTube in 4K. Out the box, just use OBS to do that. It's got 3 fields of view, 65, 78, and 90. We've sorted those. Download Logitech Capture. Just go to logitech.com and you've got control of the camera. It can also control C920, 922, all of those. And we've looked at the 3 fields of view. It's capable of up to 90 frames per second. On the web, we can only go 30 frames. But using OBS or vMix or XSplit Broadcaster, you can get up to 90 frames. The more frames, the clearer and the better the quality of the video. It's got versatile mounting options. Now, if I try and do this, you'll see if I show you this. Okay. You can mount the camera. I just want to take that off for a moment. You can mount the camera on your monitor or you can mount it on a tripod. Now, I'm going to talk about camera mounted tripods later in this broadcast. We're exploring everything to do with cameras and live broadcasting. And when I say live broadcasting, I mean Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. All of them are included in this broadcast. And LinkedIn, of course. Okay. So you can mount it on a tripod. In the bottom of the Logitech Brio is a thread, and you just basically screw it onto your tripod, and then you can set it up. I'll show you how I've got mine set up in a moment. Okay, the camera itself, which is down the carousel, was released February 7th, 2017, and today's price is $138.52, which is 31% off. So it's a great price today. If you click link in the carousel, that's the price you'll get. And I want to say a big thank you to Gabriel, for following me. You helped make my day. It's always good when we get follows on Amazon Live, because it means that you can find my broadcasts anytime by going up to the following tab. And I mean, I follow 250 live broadcasters on Amazon, roughly speaking, and I can go and watch their shows anytime by clicking on the following tab. It means you might get advised of the next time that I'm going live. I never get your details. We never get your details. So that is, and you're actually still looking at it, is the Logitech Brio 4K webcam, which is down the carousel. And it's over to Corinda, and Corinda's got a question. So let's go to Corinda. Corinda's a good friend. I want to know, with my Logitech Capture, how do I make text on it? I'm not sure. Okay, I've not delved into, all I'm using the Logitech Capture for is to control what I'm doing on screen. I haven't used, I mean, I'm in the Be Live studio, and that means I can have text on screen and overlays without doing anything to the capture software. Yeah, because I'm not, okay, this is Logitech Brio camera direct from the desktop. It's not coming through Logitech Capture. Okay, I'm controlling it with Logitech Capture, but this is what the camera looks like. Okay, now, so that's 4K video. And just a reminder, 4K, you can broadcast free to YouTube in 4K using OBS vMix. Just go to OBS, add your camera, set your destination to YouTube, change it to 4K, top right-hand corner. That's it. And people can watch you live in 4K, and people can watch the recording in 4K. So thank you to YouTube for providing that facility to live broadcasters on YouTube. We're live on YouTube today, and we're live on Facebook. If you're watching live there, thank you. Click the link above, it'll bring you to Amazon and to the Amazon experience, which is totally different from Facebook and YouTube because you've got the carousel down below. If you make a comment, I'm just going to demonstrate this, hopefully. Just go over here and type in a message. Just give me a second. No, not that way, that way. Okay, I'm typing in a comment. And I should be able to see that comment in my studio in a minute. I'm just waiting for it to come through. If you type in a comment on Amazon Live, I will be able to see it and I can react to it. Just want to make a change here to my theme. Okay. If you do comment, if you've got any questions about live broadcasting, just a reminder that I'm Stephen Healey, live from England. We're talking about live broadcasting. We looked at Logitech Brio. In a short while, we'll look at the Samsung S22 mobile. I want to say thank you for watching. It means a lot, and I'm here to help you. And if you've got any questions, then please do ask. This can be an interactive broadcast. It doesn't have to be, but if you want to say something, then please say it, and I'll show your questions on screen. You become part of the recording, because thank you to Amazon, every single broadcast is recorded. And if you wanted, you could go and watch my broadcasts from the last 3 months, all of which are stored on Amazon Live on my personal page, which is amazon.com/live/Stephen Healey. And I just want to say, I'm just grateful to actually be on Amazon Live. There are 6 English broadcasters on Amazon Live, including Corinda and me and Grant, which is a good in actual fact. I don't often do this, but I just want to say this. At 12 p.m. Eastern today, I'm being interviewed by my fellow Amazon insider, Grant Saunders. We're over on Facebook. We're live at 12 p.m. Eastern, and we're talking about Amazon Live. And if you can join us, please do. Okay, so that's coming up, 12 p.m. Eastern. That's why I'm early today, because I need time to prepare to be with Grant, because it's only fair if he has volunteered to interview me on Be Live, then I'm definitely going to be ready for that and up for it. I haven't had any questions yet, so I don't yet know what he's going to ask me. Could make for an interesting broadcast, couldn't it, really? Okay, now the next thing that we're going to talk about is in the carousel. It's another camera. It's another Logitech camera. And if I go over here, It's actually down here. Whilst we're here, okay, you've got Logitech C920X, which I'm going to pick up in a minute. We've got the Anker 4-way USB hub. Now, in terms of that, I don't have enough USB ports on my Microsoft Surface Book 2. So this allows me to have 2 cameras and 2 microphones. We've got the Echo Dot. I've got the version 3. Angelica got the version 4. We've got 4. We have 4 Echo Dots in total around the house. This is TP-Link Deco Wi-Fi. This is one of 3 units on the premises, and I'm broadcasting using this right now. Then we've got the Aftershocks headphones, which I'll be talking and demonstrating later. We've got the I'll bring it nearer the camera. We've got the X3 Pro earbuds. And if I open that, you can see, if I don't drop it, you can see the earbuds, which we're talking about later. Next to that is this. This is the Samsung Galaxy S22. I'll just switch it on. In actual fact, if I go here and I go here, just give me a minute. And I turn down the volume a bit because I don't want you to hear that. So let me turn down the volume. Okay, so the volume is down. This is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is the flagship phone from Samsung for 2022. And it is sat on the Lamicall phone stand, which I will show you in a moment. But we came over here because I want to take possession of this, which is the Logitech C920X. Let's just come back to me and go to Corinda. And Corinda is on Facebook, or part of it. Does it work on a Mac? Now, if you're talking about the software, yes, it does. If you're talking about the camera, yes, it does. Okay, so thank you for the question, Corinda. Does it? No. Oh, right. Okay, you're actually talking. Let's just clear this up. Okay, this is a 4-way USB hub for a PC. If you click the link in the carousel, it will take you to the Amazon.com page, and you'll find versions of this which actually work on a Mac. Okay, so the Mac is a totally different version and a totally different price. This is a PC version. Okay, so thank you for the question. Okay, I've got to admit here, until I got my iPad, I'm actually a Mac and Android, a Windows and Android guy. I don't know too much about Macs. So if you've got a Mac question, I've got somebody who does know Mac. That's my good friend Nick Wood. But in terms of Macs, I did have a Mac. I had an Apple IIe, but that was quite a while ago. Okay, so down in the carousel at the moment is the ideal first camera. If you're going on Zoom and you want to upgrade, then your next logical step is to get an external camera and microphone. Logitech C920X is a way to do that because it's a camera and a microphone, as we're about to discover. Okay. Now, before Corinda says it, we're talking about Logitech C920X, and the X stands for extra. Corinda knows what the extra is. I'm going to tell you in 2 minutes. I'm going to show you a video. Okay. Oh, whilst we're here, just want to show the quality of the Samsung S22. We are live. Okay, I'm going to put it, where can I put it? There. I'm actually live, as well as being live on Amazon Live. I'm actually live on Facebook as well. This is the Facebook feed, and I've turned the sound down so we don't get any feedback. But this is where I actually monitor the broadcast from. Okay, but the quality of the clarity on the Samsung S22 Ultra. I'll put that safely back there because we're going to come to everything that I've just shown you during the course of this broadcast. So this Logitech C920X is the ideal first camera. Okay. For Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, when you get the camera and take it out of the box, you've got to put it somewhere, and you can either put it on top of your monitor using the shelf there. Yeah, it just goes over the top of your monitor. Or, you know what I'm going to say now, you can put the Logitech C920X onto a tripod, and you can do that because there is the thread to actually put the tripod into, and it just takes a minute or two to actually do that. As far as the camera is concerned, you just plug it directly into your PC or Mac and it will work, because millions of these have been sold. I mean, this goes back, this camera that I'm showing you, the Logitech C920X, this is my camera, and I bought this camera 7 years ago. 7 years ago sees the start of Facebook Live, and there are a few hundred of us, about 500 of us on Blab, all said, we need to up our game, we need to improve our game, we need an external camera, we need an external microphone. And we all plumped for Logitech C920X. And a lot of my colleagues in live broadcasting still use the C920 because there's no real need to change. It is 1080, as we'll see in a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself. So the X stands for extra. It is a full high definition camera, 1080p and 30 frames per second. 1080p, right? 720, 1080. So 720 is DVD quality, 1080 is high definition. So it's better quality. Okay. 30 frames per second is the number of frames that are actually being transmitted over the internet as you're watching me and seeing me move. The technology behind this, fascinating. What's actually happened is every second, 30 photographs are being taken and transmitted over the internet and reassembled, just like a flip book. So look, when I move, you see me move. So this is all moving pictures. That's how it's done. Okay. And the more frames per second, the better the quality of the video. Okay. It has clear stereo audio. You've got the twin microphones there, omnidirectional. They pick up everything that's around you. It has HD light auto correction. Now, I can't show you that. You'll have to take my word for it. I will show you. I showed it on the Bria, I think. I can't show you this because this is not plugged in. Okay, I've got three cameras on duty today, which is enough for anybody to try and control. Okay, now I have shown you the advanced capture software, which was Logitech Capture, which Corinda had a comment about, which I hopefully answered. And Logitech Capture is a lot more than just control your camera. But I'm just concerned with controlling the camera because I don't actually use the software other than to control the camera. It has low light compensation, which is another way of saying HD light correction. Now, it is a 78-degree field of view. If we go here, I'm on a 78-degree field of view. So this camera can do 78 and 65. 78 and 65. It can't do 90. It can do 78. Okay, fair enough. Now, this camera I've had for 7 years, which is testament to the quality of the build. I mean, Logitech are a Swiss-American company, and the quality of build, 7 years. This works perfectly. I mean, in actual fact, if we go over here, and I go here, yeah, oh, you can't see it there. Just a second. Let's go back to the desktop again. What I was trying to do was this. Just give me a second. Okay, this camera normally lives on, not there, it lives on that monitor. Oh, good. Let's come back to me. I'm using Logitech Capture to control my camera, and it controls this camera as well. Okay, now I have this 7 years, but the version down in the carousel, which is $69.99, an ideal first camera, an ideal present for yourself, for friends or for family. Brilliant camera, high quality. I've had mine for 7 years, not a single problem with it. But there is an extra, okay? Because we said at the beginning, as I've got to the end of here, yes, I have. Yeah. And we said the X stands for extra. Now, if you see a Logitech camera, 920X, 922X, 925X, they all include, come down here again, they all include 3 months of XSplit VCam background removal. Now, okay, so what I'm going to do is stop that for a second just to explain. When you're broadcasting on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Twitch, you've got the room behind you. Now, sometimes the rooms are perfectly tidy and you don't have a problem with people seeing them. But if you don't want people to see what is behind you, you can do background removal, which gets rid of your existing background and replaces it with a new one. Yeah. Now, the new one can be anything you like. It can be one of your images. Well, I'll show you. I can talk for England, blab for Britain, but I'm going to bring this video up on screen. If I can find it, I'm going to stop sharing that. And I'm going to bring this video up on screen. And it's there full screen. This is XSplit VCam. This is the extra that's included with the camera that's in the carousel. You get a 3-month license to XSplit VCam. This is how it works. I'm going to switch my mic off. Back in 2 minutes. It's from England, and I'm here to give you an overview of XSplit VCam, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now, the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself. And this is the XSplit VCam program. Okay, now you notice the top there, it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing a button, and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that if I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so the next step is to select a background to go in place, and you can do that just by clicking an image. You'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now XSplit VCam is an external program which you download from XSplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see that I can get backgrounds from several sources. I can upload a media file. Okay, and I'm going to upload a media file. I'm going to go on my hard drive to artwork and to reduced. Okay, and I'm going to bring up this image, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take an image from your hard drive and bring it on screen. Second thing you can do is you can run. The second thing you can do, just let me check something. Just need to press that button. The second thing you can do, okay. Just let me check something. Right, I've checked it. Okay, we still have sound. Oh, good. Right, the second thing you can do with background removal software, and I can see comments coming in on Amazon Live and people following me. Thank you for that. I'll come to that in a second. The second thing you can do with background removal software, you can use your own images. Good. You can also use a YouTube video. You can have a YouTube video playing in the background. Now, if it's your video, no problem, it will play. If it's a public video, it will play, but there's only one caveat there. Occasionally, people who actually put videos on YouTube say you cannot play this video outside YouTube. The video, however, if it doesn't play, just go to the next one. It will not have any sound. Okay, so you can't play the Rolling Stones in the background. You can't do that. You can see them, but you can't hear them. Third thing you can do is you can go and you can use any website. Now, by default, websites are public, so you could have any website in your background whilst you're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Zoom. And the final thing you can do is you can go to a website, unsplash.com, and this is where photographers from around the world have sent in their best photographs. And it's a searchable database of photographs. And if you type in Paris, Texas, you'll get images of Paris, Texas. If you type in Paris, France, you'll get images of France, of the Eiffel Tower, of the Louvre, of Paris. Okay. The thing is that you can download those images for free and you can use them in your live broadcasts without any copyright problems at all. The only thing you can do is just say thank you. And what I used to do is I send out a tweet with a picture attached, acknowledging the photographer, and that's publicity for them and a win for me because I get good content on my Twitter feed. I get beautiful pictures on my Twitter feed. I've got about 80 images from Unsplash, but I can't use a virtual background, okay, during my Amazon live shows. Just a note. We're independent reviewers. I'm going to tell you as it is. If I showed you this camera and I was using a virtual background, then this camera, you wouldn't see it because it would get lost in the background. It would tear the background. It just wouldn't work. Okay, so don't use a background if you're demonstrating product. Just a hint, really. It just doesn't work. One of my friends the other day was doing it and we couldn't actually see what they were talking about. So thank you. That is down in the carousel. It includes 3 months of XSplit VCAM, which I've been using since 2019. And every time XSplit make a new version, which they do several times a year, I make a new video, which is on YouTube, the full video, because I'm only able to show you 2 minutes on this live broadcast. The full video is on YouTube. If you search for me, you'll find it. I'm about to make a new XSplit VCAM video because there's been a major update, which I'm going to be talking about. And I'm looking forward to doing that this weekend. So if you're wondering what I'm doing at the weekend, I'm not on Amazon Live. I'm live 5 days a week, but not at the weekend. Okay, the weekend I take off. Okay, I'll do something else at the weekend. And I want to say thank you to Vbol. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Thank you for following me. It's amazing. It's helped make my day, as has Gabriel. This is an awesome place to broadcast. It's the best place to broadcast. Amazon Live. We're all independent. We don't work for Amazon. The products in the carousel, I own over 75% of them. This is a win-win situation for everybody because this is a free service from Amazon. The links that you click in the carousel are the standard Amazon.com pages. Quite probably you'll pay less because whilst I'm live, some of the items will be on offer at a discount. Okay, so and as I said a moment ago, if you've got any questions, please ask. And thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. I appreciate you spending part of your day with me. And I'm here to help. Okay. And so is Corinda. Corinda, if you're still watching and you want to put your link in, then please do. Okay. And over to Jim. And I don't know whether this will fit on screen. Stephen, you and I were doing video on social media on both sides of the ocean back in 2007. I have learned a lot from your expertise, Jim, Alpha Dog. Jim, thank you very much. Absolutely brilliant. I've got a video that you made that she's down in the carousel, which I may show later. That testimonial video, do appreciate it, and I appreciate your support over the years. You say we've been networking since back in 2005. We've been on live video before live video became a thing. We've been on every system that you've never heard of, because a lot of systems have come and gone. Jim and I have stayed with the ones that are still around, and we've seen how things have improved. Yeah. I mean, we had a wish list back in 2005, the things that we wanted to do with live video, and now we can do them. Yeah. We can have 8 people on screen. We can show YouTube video, which I did a moment ago. We can show text on screen. We can show images. Everything that we dreamt about back in 2005 has become a reality. And yet, live video is still in its infancy. We're still getting going. After 6 years of Facebook live video is just getting better and better. And I'm just glad to actually be part of it with Jim. Brilliant. Thank you. Right. Okay. Now, one of the things about live video is that the camera is important. We've looked at 2 cameras. We've looked at Logitech C920 X, which is still down in the carousel, which is $69.99. And we've looked at Logitech Brio. And just a reminder, Logitech Brio is $138.52, which is 31% off today. Okay, now the next thing we're going to look at basically has an 8K camera. We've been talking about 4K cameras, but there is an 8K camera down in the carousel now. In other words, this device has a better camera than the Brio and the C920X. This device is a mobile phone. It is, in actual fact, down in the carousel now, and it is just a minute, we'll get there. It is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone, and it's the smartest of smartphones, as I'm about to show you. During this presentation about the Samsung Galaxy S22, I'm going to show you images taken with the camera on this phone, and I'm going to show you video shot with this phone. So this is a practical hands-on demonstration of the Samsung Galaxy S22. Now, there are a number of phones in the family. If you click the link in the carousel now, you'll find out more information. Just a note, when you click the link, you're not buying, you're just looking, okay? And on the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra page, you'll see other products in the Samsung phone range. You can take a look at those as well. This is the flagship product. This is Samsung's best phone for 2022, and I'm just happy to actually have one. Now, my version is here, and you can see that we are live on my phone at the moment, and that's the quality. I'm trying to get it straight. It's the quality of the display on the phone. So that's the first thing. I can't do it justice, really, but you get a good idea of how this video is playing on 4G, and it's on the phone, and absolutely first class quality. That's the first thing. Let's just go over here and show you the phone. This is the phone, okay, and it's 256 gig or 512, because my friend Guy Cook has got the 512 gig version. It's got an 8K camera, and it does shoot 8K video, which I'm going to show you. It's got the brightest display that the Samsung phone has ever had. Okay. Now, I was outside earlier in the garden, and you can see the sun coming through, and I can say that this Galaxy 22 has got the best display I've ever seen. It's the brightest display. It works. You can read your phone in bright sunlight. Okay, it works in bright sunlight. Do you remember? Right, let's go to Jim, and Jim is saying, I just started doing live on Twitter. Brilliant. Twitter is great. It's underrated for live video. And you go live from your mobile phone to Twitter. You can go live from your studio to Twitter, and it simply works. I know that I get views when I go live on Twitter. So good luck with the project, and it is another avenue to explore. Brilliant. Good to hear. Right. Okay. Jim's a pioneer. There are things that Jim and I are great friends. Jim's in Atlanta, Georgia. And he's, well, super well known in the automotive industry and well respected, and holds real world conferences and has done for many years. And he and his wife, Debbie, take to the stage and organize a conference for dealers, auto dealers from all around the USA. So I'm grateful for his friendship. It means a lot. Right. So it does have the brightest display. Do you remember the Samsung Galaxy Note? Okay, I'm just fishing around here. Just a minute. I want this to work. Okay, when you're doing a demonstration of something, you want it to work. And given that I'm doing a number of different items on the screen, occasionally I'm going to get the odd glitch. This is the odd glitch bit. But do you remember the, do you remember the S Pen is what I'm about to say. The Ultra 22 has an S Pen. This is it. Okay, so phone S Pen. And there are 3, 6, 9 different apps I can choose from, which already loaded onto the phone. And I can write, and I'm writing in my best script at the moment. Just give me a second. When I did this the first time, nobody could read what I'd written. I couldn't read what I'd written. But after 2 weeks practice, I think I can say, hello, Amazon. So the first thing is you can use the S Pen to make notes, and you can save those notes. Now, one brilliant thing about this is you can make a note even when the phone is switched off. Yeah. So you make a note and you can save it whilst the phone is off. And then when you switch the phone on, the note will be there and you can carry on. So if you're in a meeting and your phone is off and you want to take a note, you can. And you can save it and go on to the next note and the next note and the next note. So whilst you're on silent or your phone is off, you can still use the S Pen. Now, the S Pen is brilliant. If I go here, okay, because you can obviously use it on your phone. Yeah, and you can scroll, he said. Okay, you can scroll up and down using the pen. You can control your phone. So instead of putting your fingers on the phone, you can use the S Pen. The other thing is that if you're setting up to take a camera shot, okay, I've got a reflection there, then basically you can use the S Pen with its air gestures. I am. Just a minute. With its air gestures to actually take the shot. So you don't have to touch the phone to take the shot. You can set the shot up and then use the S Pen. Okay, we have been joined by my good friend Marco Novo from Portugal. And Marco is a brilliant friend and also an Amazon insider and live broadcaster. And he says, hello, Stephen, how are you? You seem pretty excited with that Galaxy. I am. I'll tell you why. This is my old phone. Yeah. And this is my new phone. And my new phone is absolutely brilliant. I'm just delighted to actually be able to show it on Amazon Live. So, Marco, thanks for joining. If you want to put your link, because Marco is live on Amazon, possibly later today. If you want to put a link to your shop or to the live video, please do, Marco. But thank you for joining me. We also have good fun when we actually broadcast together, which we do several times each year. In fact, we used to broadcast together on Amazon Live. Now, there's an idea. Broadcasting together on Amazon Live on a Thursday. What do you think? Well, you're here now. You don't have to say anything now. Just think on it. Okay. I always follow your broadcasts on Amazon Live. You know that. And I make comments too. Okay. So the S Pen is back. Not in the Galaxy Note. It's in the S22. Now it's got a long battery life. Okay, basically you can charge it overnight and it'll last 1 day plus. Okay, and the plus is quite big. This video is 8K super steady video. The reason for that is that this mobile phone, I'll just go here because I don't want to distract myself, it's got a built-in stabilizer. There is a stabilizer actually built into the phone. So you don't need to you don't need a gimbal, Marco. With this phone, it's got a stabilizer built in, and I'm going to show you a video in a couple of minutes' time taken with this very camera. Okay. If you're also here, Marco, I'm actually going to look for a DJI Osmo as well. But it's 8K super steady video. I'm going to show you the video in a moment. Back to Marco. And Marco is saying, okay, you can find me here. Okay, thank you for the link, Marco. Okay, and Marco's commenting on Amazon Live. And comments going to come in. 3, 2, 1. I'm on Be Live. Wow, that sounds, looks, it's going to scroll. It will scroll. Just a minute. That sounds look great. It is. And over to Marco again. Marco's saying, thanks. If I put it on screen, thanks to you. You're most welcome. So 8K super steady video, we're actually going to see in a moment. Now, nightography. Nightography is a made-up word made up by the good people of Samsung. And basically it means taking photographs at night when it's dark. I'm going to show you an example of that, which blew me away because it was 11 o'clock at night. It was pitch black. And this phone, the lenses on this phone picked up something I just couldn't see. I'm going to show you the photograph in a moment. Now, as far as the cameras are concerned, lenses on the back, you have 108 megapixel, you have 3 times zoom, 10 times zoom, and the nightography lens. Adaptive color contrast we already talked about because it can adapt from 120 Hertz down to 1 Hertz depending on the lighting conditions. It's got a long-lasting battery, can't emphasize this enough, and it has fast charging. If you get a brick, and I've got one down in the carousel, then you can do very fast charging. The embedded S Pen, and it's this point, I pick up my S Pen and say that if I was to take this phone out of the room and leave the S Pen behind, I get a message on the phone saying, have you forgotten your S Pen? It's very polite. So basically, I'm going to put the S Pen back where it lives. It's embedded there. You can't see it. It's gone in through the case, no problem at all. Okay, and we're getting closer. And this phone is unlocked by Samsung. So you can get a SIM card from your favorite mobile carrier and just insert it. Now, the phone itself is 6.8 inches deep. Okay, 6.8 inches. It's got an edge screen, which is WQHD. And it's got an adaptive refresh rate. We'll keep talking about that because that's important because it saves power. Charging wise, you've got 5,000 milliamps charging, 45 watts, or you can go for wireless charging at 15 watts, or you can do wireless power share. Okay, now it's at that point. On the phone, the rear camera, 108 megapixels, and I've got a case on, so I can just flick that across. Okay, so that's lenses covered up and safe. And the front camera is 40 megapixels. The phone itself was released February 9th, 2022. Now, what I'm going to do now is go here and go here. Okay, and possibly go here. Yeah. And there's the phone that we've just been talking about. When I'm not using it, it goes onto this beautiful Lamicall stand. And thank you, Marco, for putting me in touch with Lamicall. The stand itself is down in the carousel, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But the phone goes on the stand. It's quite safe. I can't knock it over. So that's the phone on the stand, the Lamicall stand, which is ideal for holding larger phones, as you can see. Back to me. Okay, now I can talk for hours. I blab for Britain, but I need to show you something. I need to show you what this mobile phone can actually do. Okay, and what I've managed to do in the few short weeks that I've had it. So I'm going to scroll through my carousel on in my studio and bring this on screen. Okay, and it's on screen. So I'm going to go here, and basically I'm just going to go here. Okay, and then no, I'm going to go here. I want to go here. Okay, and then I'm going to go picture in picture. And remember, I'm live with my good friend Grant Saunders at 12 p.m. Eastern. Okay, we've looked at XSplit VCam, and now we come to images, photographs taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22. This is a sample of the photographs that I've taken using the camera, and it showed, well, I don't profess to be the world's best photographer, but it does actually show what you can do with the camera that's on the S22. Right, the first image was taken this weekend. We went to Birdland, which is in the Cotswolds in England, middle of England. Birdland is home to 140 different species of birds, wildfowl, and we even got closer to the flamingos. Okay, so all these photographs taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra in July. This is my July collection. There will be an August collection too. So those are the flamingos. And the question I had is, why don't they fly away? Why do they stay in the park? Probably because they get fed. Right, the next one. Penguins. Now, this shot was taken with the camera zoomed in. Okay, I was behind a wall about 12 feet away, and I was able to zoom in and take this photograph of the penguins. This is my partner, Angelica. It was Angelica's birthday last Sunday, and I was able to capture this beautiful birthday image with Angelica, with the flamingos and the ducks in the background, and it just worked out so well. And I'm just very grateful to Angelica, first for posing for the photograph, and second for being with me. Okay, the next photograph is our wild garden. Now, this basically is our part of our garden, which you'll see more of in a moment. And we used to have a tree there, 30-foot tree, and the tree was taken out and the flowers were planted, wild seed flowers. And the result, that's basically the first day I got the camera, I went and took that shot. And then last week, I went to take this shot, and this is a close-up. And just look at the brightness of the colors on this photograph, taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra on July 17th in the garden. And I'm just impressed. I mean, I'm not the world's best photographer, and I took these shots. Okay, this is the next one. This is just 5 minutes around the corner from us. This is a place called the Crammer, which is a man-made pond. The tree on the extreme left, that's St. James's Church behind it, which is our church. And then you've got the water in front, you've got the workers' houses at the side, and we get Canadian geese, we get mallard ducks, we get pigeons, we get all sorts of wildfowl actually visit the Crammer, and we can go along and just sit on a beautiful summer's day, which this was, and just enjoy. I live in a place called Devizes, which is about 93 miles from London. This is the high street, which is not the main thoroughfare. There are other roads which actually go through the town. But you can see, I like the composition of this. You've got the cars parked on the left end, the no parking double yellow lines, and then the goods outside the shop. And if you have this photo on your desktop, as I do, and you actually zoom in, you can see people standing right at the end of the street. Absolutely amazing. This is when I talked earlier about nightography. This photograph was taken at 11 o'clock at night, and I couldn't see a thing, literally could not see anything. But the camera saw this and took this perfectly proportioned shot of our patio. There are only the 4 lights on the wall. Yes, the lights are available on Amazon. and it just came out so well. And the next photograph, in a moment I'm going to show you some chickens, but here is a Shire horse. And this was a very special day in Devizes 2 weeks ago. The Queen's Baton is part of the run-up to the Commonwealth Games, which take place in Birmingham the start this weekend. And the Queen's Baton has been around the globe. It's been to every single country in the Commonwealth and been carried by runners around the world. And it arrived in Devizes, and basically it was taken by a Shire horse. Now, the Shire horse, there are 4 of them. They work together as a team. By day, they deliver cask ale to the local brewery, from the brewery to the pubs. But that was basically just a beautiful shot of the Shire horse. So those are the photographs that I've taken so far with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And there's the said phone on its stand. What I'm going to do is come back now, okay, and hopefully come back to me. I'm now going to play you a short video, and I'm going to bring the video on screen. Now, I'm going to play you about, it's got chickens in, yes, it's got chickens. It was taken with the Samsung Galaxy Ultra. Okay, so this video was created with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. It's entitled Wiltshire Gardens, my first video from my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And as Marco said earlier, I am excited by this phone. And you can find Marco there. And Marco said, wow, that looks great. Okay, so without further ado, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm actually going to play you the video now and switch my microphone off. Let's go. This is my first video with the Samsung S22 Ultra, and we're in the garden on a beautiful sunny day. It's about 31 degrees, and let's take a walk down the path and see what we can find. Okay, now what I'm checking is the sound quality and also the video quality. So let's see how this works. So I can pan round, okay, and I'm going to go onto the grass, and this is our newer wildflower garden, and the right hand side is taking off slowly, but the left hand side is firmly established. As I go round again and down the garden. Okay, Angelica put a lot of work into getting the garden into the state it's in, and I want to take you down now to the new table and chairs that we've got. The chairs are covered up to protect them because, as you can see, we are out in the countryside and birds can actually fly over, which is not a good idea. But this is our brand new table, and we saw it in the local garden centre and thought, let's have that. So we did, we bought it. Okay, now over here is our wild animal enclosure, and if I go around the corner we should see, hopefully they're camera friendly, but if I go around here we should be able to see, hello chickens, hello. Okay, and we've got 4 chickens in total. They're all rather camera shy, yeah, and they're turning away from the camera. They know what's going on, they know they're being filmed, apart from the one who's going to be a star someday. Okay, and this is an igloo, which is where they live, and it's very easy to maintain. Chickens are easy to maintain, and we're actually currently getting 4 eggs a day, and the chickens were rescue chickens. In other words, they had been kept for their egg laying. After 2 years they let the chickens go, and then the chickens have got to be rehoused, and we actually managed to get hold of 4. So these are all about the same age and will go on for 2 or 3 years laying eggs for us. and we're currently getting 25 eggs a week, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm walking back. Okay, so that video was shot with the Samsung Galaxy S22. I'm just going over to the said phone. Okay, so I've got the phone here, and I'm just going to log in using my fingerprint, and I'm going to go there and there. I'm going to switch this volume up for a minute and turn this sideways, and you can actually hear me. Right, which is good. So that's the quality. I'm going to turn the sound down again. That's the quality of the video on the S22. It's the quality of the video it takes. It is a quality camera. So we've been looking at the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. It's the flagship phone released earlier this year, and I'm just glad I've actually got it. And as Marco said, I'm quite excited by it. Okay, now, when you buy a mobile phone, okay, I'm just going to go here and here. What we're going to do now is we're going to do, if I can get to the bottom of my agenda, we're going to do something like this. I'm going to go through 10 items in the carousel in 30 minutes. Okay, I spent a long time on the initial products because those are the ones I'm majoring on today. Now we're going to look at other items that are in the carousel, which may be of interest. Now, the first thing, down the carousel now, the first thing you do when you buy a new phone is to get a case for it because you want to protect it. They don't supply cases, you've got a free choice. I chose the one that's down the carousel. And the reason I chose it, because it's got a lens cover, okay, which you can click back, and those are the 5 lenses, 108 megapixel, 3 times zoom, 10 times zoom, and the nitography lens. And I can cover it up just by doing the slider, and it clicks. You won't hear the click, but it clicks satisfyingly into place. It's reinforced on the 4 corners. Okay, so if this is dropped and it hits the corner, which would be logical, then it's reinforced and the phone would be safer than it would be if there was not a case. So the case down in the carousel that I'm talking about at the moment is the Nilkin camshield case. It's actually made for the S22. So it's made for the Galaxy S22 specifically. But if you click the link in the carousel, you will see that they do a lot of cases, and they make cases particularly for phones. So we're doing 10 items in 30 minutes. This is the first, the case itself. And they make cases particularly for phones. So the case itself has got a pattern on it. It's got grooving on it, which means it's effectively non-slip. If you hold this in your hand, and when you're taking photographs, you actually hold it like that. Okay, your palm, the edges have got basically a pattern on, which means you're unlikely to lose your grip. Okay, so that's the case that's down in the carousel. I just need to turn the sound down a bit because we don't want any echoes. Okay, this is running on 4G at the moment. Okay, just the quality of the video. Right, so put that back. So case is the first thing you need. The one down in the carousel fits perfectly. Final thing, it's got the cutouts for the S Pen and for the power and for the audio are all perfect. It is perfectly aligned with the mobile phone itself. So it's a quality case from Nilkin. It's down in the carousel. Now, the next thing, when you get a mobile phone, this mobile phone is 6.8 inches deep. Okay, the situation is that if you put this in your pocket, in your jeans pocket, then when you sit down, it will move. If you put it in your shorts pocket, it will move. Okay, and I noticed in the first 7 days of using this phone, that if I put it in my shorts pocket, I was afraid it would actually fall out. So that's why down in the carousel now is this. Okay, and this is a one-piece leather case. In actual fact, Uh, did I write it down? I wrote it down somewhere, but it's down in the carousel now. It is a genuine leather. This is one piece of leather. Okay, your phone, I know I don't need to demonstrate, but I just like doing it. Your phone just goes into the case and slides down like so. Now, the phone's in the case. You put your belt from your jeans or from your shorts through there. That is all the stitching on this is machine stitched. It's perfectly stitched, and you can't grab that. You can't move it. Okay, so this goes on your belt, which means that you carry it around your waist, and it's safe because you've got extra protection at the top. I've got a sound coming out of the case. Just a minute. There's a voice inside the case. Just a minute. I must have clicked a button then. Just a minute. Okay, we've now got no sound. Okay, I can put the phone back in the case and it just slides in like that. And this is a great way to carry a phone. This case is great for the iPhone 12 and 13. It's great for S22 and S21 from Samsung. And it's a great way to actually carry your phone about. It's accessible, it's protected, yeah, and it's not going to fall. Yeah, unless you fall, this phone will not fall from your belt. Now, if you don't want to wear it around your belt, you can get a carabiner and you can attach the carabiner to there. There is one that's actually supplied with it, which I'm going to find. Hopefully you can't hear me rummaging around, but this is the one that's supplied with it. It just hooks on and you can either then have it on belt or on a carabiner. So in terms of keeping your expensive phone safe, iPhone 12, iPhone 13, S22, S21 from Galaxy. This is the solution. It is leather, one piece. You can still charge your phone whilst it's in the case. That's what I do every night, is to charge the phone. It keeps it in its case, and the case keeps the phone safe. Okay, so the screen is not going to get touched. The rain's not going to get in. Protection and accessibility because it's on your belt. You can just take the phone out. Pouch stays on your belt. Yeah. In actual fact, if we go here, let me just remind me as well as you, if I go here and I go here, we're looking at a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra cell phone. We've looked at a Nilkin Camshield Armor Samsung Ultra case made specifically, and we're now looking at the genuine leather cell phone, also magnetic cover, belt clip pouch. And that's what I forgot to say, isn't it? Let's come back to me. I forgot to say the cover is magnetic and it just clips into place. So that's another of our 10 items. I'm going to take the phone back out. I'm going to put the phone back on its stand, and it is actually on. If we go here, the phone is actually on a Lamical stand. And let's go to the second camera. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that off screen. I'm going to go picture in picture. Okay, we don't need that. I can hide that because I've remembered now what I've forgotten earlier. We've seen the chickens, so I can hide the chickens. Okay, and I can switch the camera on and picture in picture with there. Okay, this is the phone stand that's down in the carousel, and it's holding the Samsung Galaxy at the moment. As far as the stand is concerned, if I just take the phone off for a second, put it safely down on the desk, it's better to have your phone on the stand than on the desk because it's more accessible. This, I'm going to go back a bit. This is the stand. Basically, you can adjust the angle of the stand easily, and it is locked into place. At whatever angle you put it at, it is locked into place. The other thing is you can have the stand maximum height, or you can take it down, or you can have it anywhere in between. It's locked in place, and that's where your phone sits. Now, the thing I like about Lamical is basically the quality of the design. I love the design. It just looks so, I was going to say elegant then, but that's not the right word. It looks stylish is the word I'm looking for. It is a stylish phone holder. And as you can see here, okay, it does take the larger cell phones even ones which are 6.8 inches deep. Okay, and your phone just goes on the stand, and you can then use a pen to actually use it. Okay, and just looking over here and say hello to, I'll come back to me for a second. Okay, being joined today, this comment is coming in from Marco. I'm not going to move. I've got a comment from Marco. Love Lamical design too, and so affordable. I totally agree. Marco, you catch more different Lamical stands on Marco's show earlier, and he put the link in. And they are a quality product, stylish design, very reasonable cost. The one that we've been looking at today is $19.99, which is on a discount, and the discount is 23%. So it's 23% off. If you click the link in the carousel, you'll get 23% off the price, and what you'll be getting is a stand like this, which is stylish. We've decided is the adjective we're going to use, and it holds larger phones. So thank you, Marco, and thank you for the introduction to Lamical, and thank you to Lamical and Marco for actually supplying the stand. And good friend Rome is in the house. And he's saying, Stephen, have a great stream, my man. Thank you, Rome. Rome, like Marco, is a fellow Amazon Live broadcaster. And Marco saying hello to Rome. I love it when people network in live broadcasts. I love the fact that people are actually chatting to each other. Okay, now as you can see, those comments are actually being made on Amazon Live by my good friends Marco and Rome, and you can ask questions. You can get involved just by typing in a comment. Okay, so just a reminder, we are doing 10 carousel items in 30 minutes. Let's carry on. Okay, so back to the iPad. You've got to have an iPad to actually do Amazon Lives. The next thing I can't actually show you. Okay. When you get this phone, and if you do get this phone, it is with a USB-C to USB-C cable, which makes life a bit difficult when everything is USB-C to USB-A. Okay, but USB-C to USB-C seems to be the new standard. Down in the carousel now, you have a fast charger for this, any mobile phone that uses USB-C. Okay, so down the carousel from our good friends at Ugreen, and I bought mine. It's down in the carousel today, and if you want a fast charging of your mobile phone, then the Ugreen 30-watt plug is the way to do it. And that's basically, I got the English version of it, and every night I just this phone in its case onto the charger, ready for the next day. Yeah. And if you're in emergency, then it would charge. I've charged from 0 to full inside an hour. I didn't actually count, so I can't tell you. I will count next time, but it charges quickly, is all I'm saying. Okay, that's down in the carousel. You'll also find other variants. You'll find 30-watt chargers, 45-watt chargers, all down if you click the link in the carousel. Okay, now next thing I'm going to talk about is the Fitbit. Okay, remember that this broadcast, if I go up here, is somewhere up here, is Lights Camera Action with Stephen, and I'm live from England, from Wiltshire in England. I live close to Stonehenge. I live close to Avebury and Salisbury, so it's a beautiful part of the world, with my partner Angelica, who's a German language tutor and Udemy course instructor and author. And well, we're having a German night tonight. We're going drinking. Shh, don't tell anybody. We're going drinking German beer tonight in Devices, where I am. Right, but the next item on the carousel is this, and this is a Fitbit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close that window, and I'm going to go over. I need to set up for this, so just give me a second. Again, we're still on our 10 with 10, but I'm going to go through and I'm going to share with you a website but I'll tell you about it first and then share the website. I'll give the website a chance to wake up. This is the Fitbit HR Inspire 2, which is down in the carousel at the moment, and it is today 24% off. It's $76. Okay, so you can save 24% by buying this Fitbit today. It's the HR Inspire 2. Now, Fitbits have one job, and that's to count the number of steps you do in a day. Now, I try to do 8,000 steps, which is 4 miles a day. That's my target. My target is 1,000 miles a year. But using the Fitbit, I can do that. Now, the first thing you should know about the Fitbit is that the price you pay, which is $76, there is no subscription. Everything I'm about to show you now is totally free. Yeah. Every extra that I'm about to show you, which is part of being a Fitbit owner, and this is quite possibly the best way to stay fit, you simply go over and check that everything is in place. I'm just waiting. If I go there, and I'm just waiting for the page to load. Right, okay. What can I talk about while I'm waiting for the page to load? Just a second. This is right, okay, and I need to go to the dashboard. Okay, so I'm waiting for the dashboard to load. That's it, we've got it. We're good. Okay, everything I'm about to tell you is free. Okay, once you buy Fitbit, $76 in the carousel, 24% off. This is what you get. So I'm going to share screen. I'm going to go over here, and I need to share a Chrome tab, which is relatively straightforward. And I'm going to share it, and I'm going to bring it up onto my screen. So let's go over here and bring it on screen. Now, what I'm showing you is my personal dashboard. Okay. If you go to Fitbit.com and register for your warranty stroke guarantee, then you can become a member of the community, and that's where the real benefits start. One of the problems we have, I don't know if you make New Year's resolutions or not, but one of the problems we have is we decide to do a fitness regime and do so much each week, and it tails off. Even if you've got the support of family and friends, yeah, motivation, that's the key. And my motivation comes from Angelica, of course, and it comes from the good people. Let's just turn that camera off. The good people of Fitbit. Fitbit is a community of millions of people around the world with one goal, the same goal as you, staying fit, walking and using a Fitbit. And being part of the community is the first thing. If I go over here and just click on that, you can see these people together. Okay, you can find friends. Okay, I'm not going to go to there, but I found friends from all around the world. And basically, there are 2 challenges that you can take part in, organized by members for members. Yeah. There's a weekday challenge, Monday through Friday, and a weekend challenge, Saturday and Sunday. And the idea is, it's a ladder, and the person who takes the most steps in the period goes to the top of the ladder. If there's a top, there must also be a bottom. And if I had 3 hands, I would say I try to be in the middle. But this is the greatest motivation you can get, because people who are like-minded, who want to stay fit, are actually encouraging you to go out and walk. And I've given permission to them to actually see how many steps I do a day. Yeah. That means that when I go out my front door and I go for the 3-mile walk, 6,000 steps, my friends know about it. And if I'm taking part in a challenge, straight away, those 6,000 steps are registered on the ladder, and I move up the ladder. Okay, then somebody else does steps and they move up the ladder. So you're actually competing on a friendly basis with people who become your friends. And these 2 challenges are organized by members for members. There is no cost. Okay, so that's the challenges, that's the community. You also find support in the community on any aspect of using a Fitbit or staying fit. The next thing you can see is it's saying at the moment I slept for 57 minutes last night. That's not strictly accurate, but it does measure your sleep every night. It's not accurate because I put my watch on while I was still in bed. Basically, you record your sleep. You wear your Fitbit at night time. It will record your sleep. It will track your dream sleep, your REM sleep. It will track when you wake up. And believe you me, it's surprising how many times we do wake up during the night and don't know it. It will track your deep sleep. If you wear the Fitbit for 4 days, it will then give you a recommendation as to the adjustments that you can make to sleep better. Okay. Now, the next thing is that if we go here, I'm just going to go here. It also tells you the maximum number of steps that you've done in a day. Okay. And it says that I've done 60,000 steps in a day. Well, it's true. Okay. Let's just go over to the iPad. Just a second, and I'll be back in a second. And I think we're okay. Yep, we're okay. If I come back on screen again, I've done 60,000 steps in a day. I best explain. 60,000 steps is 30 miles. 26 miles. Well, I actually got this medal. In fact, I've got several of them. And I don't get much chance to wear it, so do excuse me. Okay, this is a medal there for walking from Avebury to Stonehenge, which is 26 miles, 385 yards in one go. Yeah, on one day, in one stretch. I've got several of these, and this is for walking. And that's why I wear the Fitbit. That's why I've got the Fitbit on every single day, because I do my training. I'm very fortunate. We live near to a canal, Kennington Avon Canal, which goes from Bristol to London. It used to carry goods that came in from America into Bristol on ships and then transport them to London. So it's fairly flat, and I can go and train. We're using my Fitbit, and I can train for walking marathons. And in general, what I do is I walk 6 miles out, 6 miles back. That is 26,000 steps, which is half the distance. And I do that 3 or 4 times before I do a marathon. But in addition to that, and this was 3 years ago, not only do I have the 60,000 steps, I've also got a blue medal, and this is for doing a 10K. So what I'm saying here is that if you walk on a regular basis, you can get fit enough to walk a marathon or to do a 10K. As part of your fitness regime, Fitbit is perfect. The next thing is on the extreme right, you can see weight loss. Just a minute, let's let me close that down. Okay. You can track your weight. You can download a mobile app on Android or on iOS, iPhone, and you can track your weight. You can keep your weight and determine whether you're heading the right way. The second thing is in relation to that, you can keep a food diary. You can keep the food diary again on mobile or on desktop, and you can record the calories you've actually eaten. So in one place, you have got the calories you've used because of the Fitbit, the calories you've consumed because of the food diary, and you can take appropriate action. Okay, so this is all free. The challenges, the sleep, the maximum steps, the weight diary, the food diary, all part of being on the Fitbit community. And you just go to fitbit.com and you register. Now, the bit that interests me, apart from all that, is down here. And I haven't been out much this week, as you can see. But if I go here, it tracks what you've done today, which is not a lot, what you've done this week, what you've done this month, and what you've done this year. And this is the bit that interests me. I would love to do 1,000 miles in a year. And in August, I'm going to get my boots on and we're going to go out and about almost every day in August and do some walking. And that 805 is going to grow. and my target is get to 900 miles and then to 1,000 miles. So I'm going to do it. I know I can do it. My partner Angelica does 1,000 miles partway through the year. Okay, so down in the carousel is the Fitbit. Today it's $76, which is 24% off. So that's down from $99.95 to $76. In terms of fitness, this is the best gift you can give to yourself. Okay, just to buy one of these and to wear it every day and to go out the door and walk. I mean, I'm in the UK, so it's rain, hail, or shine. I go out every day, he said, and do something. And at weekends, we go out for longer walks. We visit castles, country houses, and parks. And Rome's here. And Rome sent in a comment. And 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Thank you, Rome. Thank you. Mr. Yeah, thank you. And Rome's commenting on Amazon Live. Thank you for the comment. And I believe in Fitbits. It's just, I mean, I've had Fitbits for 8 years. So this is my 4th one. I change every 2 years because they keep improving them. With certain Fitbit models, and if you click the link in the side carousel, you find all the models that Fitbit do. They can track you and they can give you the route that you actually went on, and you can then track yourself and improve your route time. And the thing is that you're doing this with friends. People have become friends. Now, as far as the Fitbit is concerned, is the best gift you could give yourself. It's also the best gift you can give to family, without doubt. And nobody ever expects to get a Fitbit as a gift, but it's a one-off purchase. There's no subscription. Everything that I've shown you on this dashboard is free. So you can buy the gift and you're not saying, oh, by the way, the subscription. There isn't a subscription. This is a gift you can give and you can just say, that's it. No more to pay. Just go to fitbit.com, register. So it's a great gift for everybody. And it's a gift of health. And that's what we should all be aiming for, is to stay fit. Okay. And this is the motivation with people from around the globe. This is the motivation to actually stay fit. That is the Fitbit. Okay. So back to me. And remember that this is Lights Camera. And just a reminder, I'll go here. You are watching. No, I don't want to. Oh, this is fun. There are effects in the studio, one of which is snow. No, it's the middle of July. If I was in Australia, fair enough, but I'm not. I'm in England. We don't have snow in England in July, believe it or not. We do get wildfires now, though. This I like. If you are enjoying the broadcast, then please do follow me. And I want to say thank you to the team at Belive for creating this graphic, which I can move about the screen. Okay. Following means that you get notified of my future broadcasts. It also is a win-win for me because Amazon see it and think, doing well. And for yourself, when you do follow somebody, then you get the following tab above and you can find my live broadcasts and my latest broadcasts and the broadcasts. You can create your own Amazon Live TV channel. Yeah. And believe you me, we're all independent and we've now got virtually 24/7. So you can create your own Amazon Live channel just with the people you enjoy following. And you can go to that tab and you can see their last show and you can see any shows which are live. So that's, to me, is important. Okay, so where are we? Just a final couple of things. Down in the carousel at the moment, we've talked about USB. This doesn't have an audio socket. So down in the carousel at the moment is a USB to 3.5mm jack, which allows you to use your existing wired microphone, the lapel microphone. Okay, now, just a reminder, if I go over here, I'm live. Oh, hang on a minute. Just a minute. Let's remove that. I'm live at 12 p.m. Eastern with my good friend Grant Saunders, who is also an Amazon insider, and we'll be talking about Amazon Live. If you want to join us, please do. Other than that, I'll take the medals off you. Other than that, I'd like to say a big thank you for actually joining me today. Thank you to Corinda and Marco and Rome and Jim for joining me live in the comments. Thank you to you for watching. I'm back again tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, back to my normal time. Enjoy the rest of your day. I really am grateful to be here and broadcasting live from England. Take care, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.